Hey, hey, hey. So we are back with our second hour, first part of the hour, and masterminding um, about really designing designing what you need. I think that really is what sums this up, is designing what you need. I'm on with Foxy and talking about speaking opportunities, talking about encouraging engagement in challenges. Challenges have been something that have really taken off. And people have loved challenges. And so really, I would say the best way to get engagement for challenges that I've found is word of mouth. And so in that, being able to have, key people that are loud and proud and that absolutely bring people along. So to be able to, is your challenge a free challenge? Is it a paid challenge? It's a 5-day challenge. We're going through, so Foxy is able to type. Okay, free. Okay, amazing. So what I would suggest doing is, how many people are you wanting in the challenge? So by design, how many people do you have good, better, best goals for that? 20 would be great. Okay, is that your good? Is that your better, or is that your best? Best. Okay, awesome. So what I would do, so if you think of dividing that, yeah, first time, that's awesome. So dividing that, reverse engineering it. So to say, okay, to have 20 people there, typically, um, so I don't know how accurate this is, but I remember at some point it was a third of the people that you invite show up, and it may be lower now, but that would be really good to keep track of your numbers and to design a way so that you can say, okay, this is how people were invited, this is what brought about the best results, and then this is how many people came, so that you can know your numbers of the inviting process, to say, I need to invite this many people for 20 people to show up. So not totally a math person, but thinking, if you had five, let's call them promoters, just for the sake of, not that they're being paid to promote or that, but five people that believe in everything Fearless Generations, that they speak highly about you everywhere that you go, that you're 150 about them and they are 150 about you. Let's say you have five people who fit that criteria and they each bring four, then you're at your 20, right? So to get the four, so 1/3 would come, hold on, so I think that would mean that they each would need to invite 16, I think. I'm not sure. I'm totally not sure. Don't quote me on that. But to be able to say, um, would you stand in the gap for us to be able to get this? And then you could have some sort of incentive, an incentive that doesn't cost you any money, but that could be an investment of time, so something for free or something for a savings, or because they already absolutely love you and exactly what you're doing. And so with that could be motivation once they bring their four. Does that sit well with you for engagement about that there's word of mouth, so the engagement is coming to the word of mouth, so then that is going to get it in front of more people, but you have the five people who are speaking about you. So instead of just posting or just social media, or just to be able to say, we have this 5-day challenge coming up, and we would love to be able to partner with you to promote it. And then maybe you promote the things that they're doing too, that sort of thing. But that word of mouth is such a huge engagement tool. that when you find someone who truly is the 150 about you and you are 150 about them, like it can go crazy. And then what you get to do is show up as you are and experience the benefits of loving what you do, loving the people that you're around, and all of that. So awesome. I'm glad that that sits well with you. And I mean, that's really for everything. Yeah, Stephanie is like that for us. That's amazing. So being able to front on the other side, being able to say, okay, you brought 4 people in, here we go. You know, here's the benefit from that. Here's the value from that. So, okay, it is 10:11 over here. So we are 1 minute after. I'm going to pause the. Hey, we are back, and just going through my time was great. Being able to get done. Beck yesterday called me a wordsmith, so I'm taking on that role today, and designing what we can build for the future. So super excited to be able to mastermind here, to be able to talk about designing and building and how they go together. And when you know where you want to go, when you know the purpose in your life, your daily purpose, and your weekly purpose, your monthly purpose, your overall purpose, when you are familiar with that, when that becomes the normal, to be able to say, okay, I'm going to build this in the future. I'm going to build this today because knowing my purpose, it aligns with my purpose. Right? So I would love to ask you, do you know your purpose for today? Do you know what you are bringing to the table today to be able to build? So Nicole, hey, welcome to I am masterminding about designing and building. And how was your time in the last hour?
It was good. I've just been chilling outside for the last hour, soaking in the weather until it gets too hot. So just starting my day out.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love it. And so yay, Foxy, you're home safe. Woo woo. So talking about I was just masterminding about how to design and build on purpose, right? So knowing our daily purpose, knowing our weekly purpose, the monthly purpose, like familiarizing ourselves with our purpose so that we can say, does this line up or does this not line up? You know, is this bringing about, is this making come true, you know, your purpose because you're aware of it? Because here in On Purpose with Purpose, we talk about purpose a lot. Like I just said purpose about 15 times. So are we truly looking at that and having a filter to say, does that move me towards, can I design and build in my purpose? So I guess the question that I would ask Nicole, so we've got new things that are coming. So Nicole, you're creating a course, and Foxy, you're creating a challenge, and we are creating our OPWP week, the open house week. So making that better. So in that, how can you put the filter to, does this align with my purpose now? So like when we are, yeah, Foxy, tell me.
Um, so I guess I don't purpose can be taken in a lot of different ways,
Yeah.
I think. And right now in my business, my purpose is to find profitable ways of sharing our message.
Yeah.
So the 5-day challenge is to get exposure to more people
Yeah.
and get people excited about learning tools
Yeah.
and wanting more. So hopefully that will lead into people coming to our workshops, going to our classes, joining our group coaching program,
Yeah.
which will create more money. So yeah, I would say that what the 5-day challenge is on purpose.
Awesome. I
Mm.
love it. And in that, so in the 5-day challenge, what tools will be given in that challenge? Or tell me a little bit more about the challenge.
Okay, so they get 5 tools in 5 days. I'm going to
Cool.
have a simple worksheet
Yeah.
available for them to print out each day. And we're going to be doing Facebook Lives each day.
Cool.
And then I'm going to also have some stuff to that we'll just post each day for like
Yeah.
inspiration and further content and stuff like that. Maybe some testimonials about the tool.
Yeah.
So the first tool is, are you making it up or is it true?
Mm,
And the second tool is, I have to look, I don't remember the order.
yeah.
Um, the second tool is gratitudes. The third tool is acknowledgements. The fourth tool is ways of self-care. And the fifth tool is the 4As.
Awesome. And what are these tools for?
We're kind of focusing on awareness.
Cool.
This because awareness is step 1 in
Yeah.
our program. So because ultimately we want them in our program
Yes.
and stuff. So we're focusing on awareness, creating awareness.
Creating aware. So I love asking these questions because talking to someone like they know nothing about your program. So awareness for what?
Awareness of how fear is affecting their lives.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So the challenge could be, so what is the challenge in that? Is it applying the tools? Is it?
Well, it's learning them. And
Okay.
then the worksheet will give some steps for implementation, something to have to take away so that when the challenge is over and everything's disappeared,
Yeah.
that they still have something that they can refer to.
Yeah.
On the ones that actually you have to learn, like gratitudes and acknowledgements, where it has like a structure.
Yeah.
Those would have the structure there so they can refer back to that, kind of like the rules of how to write one.
Yeah.
And then with the 4As, you would have what they are and what they mean so that you can refer back to them, because it's really easy to forget which ones they are.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
in the challenge, so the challenge is learning the tools, but is it applying the tools? Like, is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to want them to do them. So they'll post, they'll post in the group what, like if it on the gratitude day, they'll post a gratitude.
Okay.
On the acknowledgement day, they'll post an acknowledgement.
Okay.
Those 2 days are easy. Well,
Yeah.
Day 4 is pretty easy too, because we would just post one way that you took care of yourself today.
Cool.
Are you making it up or is it true? I mean, we could ask, what is one lie that you discovered that you're telling yourself?
Yeah. What's the story.
And then the last one, what are you committed to?
Yeah.
So that could be the question for the day.
Yeah.
Name one thing you're committed to.
Yeah. An idea that I just got for the story that you're telling yourself, are you making it up or is it true? Being able to have that like that in the challenge, they put the story that they say, and then to be able to do some like active coaching through that, but in the thread of, are you making up or is it true? So then the engagement can be there of saying, okay, like you're actually going in it instead of them just posting it and then staying there. I don't know if that was the plan or not, but that Just
Wait,
came.
I always respond to comments.
Yep.
So, so yeah, so that wouldn't, so
Thinking
that
of
would be
like,
an automatic thing.
yeah. Yeah. Thinking of like coaching them through it, you know, like a mini coaching session or whatever to be
Yeah,
able.
it would be a little bit of a challenge to do a coaching session,
Mhm,
but like through a thread.
mhm.
But definitely ask questions
Yeah.
or give encouragement,
Yeah.
acknowledge them.
When
Um
is your challenge? When is your 5
it
day challenge?
starts Monday.
Cool. Well, if you give the information, I'll join the challenge. I'll be
Awesome.
there. Yeah, totally. And we are at 11:01, so we're gonna go there. But I love the design and building for the, excuse me, for that, because you're building the structure to be able to bring in more finances and bring in more dream clients. So that need exactly you. That's awesome. Okay, we're gonna pause. So we are in our third hour at the first half of masterminding and just going into talking about the details. Are you, when you design and when you're building, are you more about the overview, like the at a glance stuff, or are you about the details? And do you forget about the details or forget about, because I feel like we're one or the other. Like, are you very detail oriented or are you both? I am not both. I am more big picture. And then I'm like, yeah, go with it. But I miss the details, like spelling errors or I'm thinking about the journal. Are all of the weeks included? Or, you know, I think of the big picture, but not necessarily the details. So just wondering about that. And do we need to be both? Or can we surround ourselves with people that are opposite? What do y'all think? Yeah,
I'm
sparkles.
both, but
You're what?
definitely I'm both, but I lean more towards detail oriented. Grammar and spelling and things like that drive me crazy if it's wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we need more of you in our lives. That's awesome. I love it. Foxy, thank you for the challenge. And are you more detail oriented or big picture oriented, like when you're designing or building something? Foxy, yeah.
I would say I can be both. I am not a good speller. So I have words usually that are misspelled or sentences that need to be tweaked. So I usually always have Terry read something over before I submit it and put it out. But sometimes she does not get back to me soon. And so I just want to get it out.
Yeah.
And if there's a word not spelled right, or I forgot a word, or you know, just something that could have been caught by someone else, then like whatevs.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you just got to get it out.
Yeah, totally.
You can't wait for an old lady to get around to.
A babe to get around to. That's so funny because there have been times where we've been with the publisher, like it's gotten to the publishing point and then it's been approved, and then Beck will see, oh, this is spelt wrong, or this is this or that, and I'm like, we'll deal. Like, cool. So yeah, having that timely connection with that. Beck, how about you? Are you detail? Oh, sorry, Foxy. Were you
I
gonna
was
say?
just gonna say, yeah, I usually try to get someone to read it through. So I can have Jay will read it through for me. He's really good at that. Like when I was doing my book,
Yeah.
we read through it like so many times. And
Yeah.
I was always finding stuff and I'm like, I don't want to do this again. Whatever. It is what it is.
Yes.
Because it was
Totally.
just like, it was like, I mean, every time I was
Yeah.
tweaking it, and I'm just like, okay, I can't do this anymore. It's
Yeah.
good. It's good
You
enough.
put it out there.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
And I think my mom said there was like one mistake while she was reading it. And she's like, why didn't you have me read it before you turned it in? I was like, because it freaking scared me. Because I talk about her, Beck, right? Because Beck's read my, well,
I
Beck,
haven't read it yet.
you haven't read it yet. I was all, she has the book, but
Yes.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. I love it.
Yes.
Beck, how about you?
I-
Detailed or?
I'm definitely big picture and learning to look at details, but there's a reason that I'm about growing, and that's because I'm a get it out there and grow in the process. So
Mhm.
I'm definitely big picture and stay away from perfection and move towards growth in improvement.
Yeah, totally. Totally. And I mean, I've just said, I'm big picture, like the details I get, because I think that that's, if I were to start on the details, then I feel like my personality, I would get stuck there because I am a recovering perfectionist, so it would go and go and go and circle and circle and circle and nothing would ever get done. So yeah, I think I am big picture, and then learning to surround myself with people that are detail oriented. Like my husband is very detail oriented. So we yeah, sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's not. Most of the time it's fun, but yeah, so that's awesome. So thank you for that coming through. That, are we detail oriented, and do we need to be more of the other, or surround ourselves with people like that? Opposites. Okay, we are going to go into our intentions, and Foxy, would you put your intentions in the comments? That would be wonderful, and we'll see y'all back at 10:02. Recording. So we're talking about, we've got 5 magic minutes, and we're talking about being able to design teams that we would love to have. And I read something or heard something the other day. Shoot, now I can't remember it. It was from Chalene Johnson, and it was talking about a team, and that like you can really only go as far as your team's expertise. So to be able to hire other people, and and she had mentioned different ways of hiring them, like you could barter services, you could when it is a 150 match, you could do commission based, or you can hire employees, so being able to know that, but we can only grow as far as our team's knowledge, because we only have so much. And so to be able to collaborate and to gain that from each other. So that kind of goes with the question before of, are you detail oriented or big picture oriented? So in thinking about so do we think of our businesses as we need to do it all on our own, or to collaborate with people?
I would love to have more people on my team so that I don't have to do as much.
Yeah.
Though at this time, I am not able to afford
Yeah.
a big team.
Yeah.
But we do have a VA, and she does a lot of stuff for us. I like to get to the point where she can do more for us.
Yeah.
And then I also brought in my 16-year-old daughter, because I don't have to pay her a lot, to do Terry Talks.
Yeah.
So now she does the whole process of Terry Talks. I don't even have to touch it. Well, other than record. I have to record it with my mom. But other than that, she does the whole process. And so she has to use my computer. But other than that, I don't even have to do anything. And that for me is like so awesome.
Yeah.
And but I would love to have someone on our team that's really good at copywriting,
Mhm.
because that's not my strongest point.
Mhm.
And then I like making graphics, so I'm fine with that because I like doing that. But like someone to maybe update them or change dates or, something to that effect would be nice because that's like easy and it's like easy. It's like, it's like, I gotta do this again. And then another person on my team that I would like is someone who does all our social media posts.
Mhm.
And I had another person I wanted. Oh, someone who's a lot better at doing websites than me.
Yeah.
Because I've created all of our websites
Yeah.
and they're okay. I
Right.
think they're okay, but
Yeah.
I would like them to be, as we up level ourselves, I want the website to up level as well,
Yes.
so that it matches who we are and the level of coaching that we, provide.
Yeah.
If you're asking for a lot of money and your website sucks, it doesn't really go together.
Yeah. Totally.
Not that my website sucks.
No. Yes. No.
I think it's pretty good for someone who did it just learning how to do it while they were doing it.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. That's a huge thing. And to be able to say like being able to put value in design, to be able to say, okay, what is this worth? Like Beck and I have felt that with OP is that the site that we went from to the site that we're going to with the understanding, having someone understand us and the whole process, that it is worth the investment to be able to start there, because that's where people are going to go. And Sparkles, I saw that you were unmuted.
It was an accident.
Oh, I'm like, there you go. Yeah. And I know a couple people too, Foxy, who are talented in that and who could potentially be of service. Just deciding like what Beck and I have decided to do in money and in hiring is that we divide every single penny that comes in, and a fourth of it goes back to the business so that we can afford the different things, so that we have money set aside for that. So that has worked well with us to be able to say, we don't even need to worry about it. Either the money's there or it's not there. So we can do it or not do it, but yeah, so if you would like a couple connections, I've got a couple connections.
Yeah. Well, our website is through Wix.
Cool.
So it would be someone who
Knows
knows how to do Wix.
Cool. Awesome. Sounds good. Well, it is 12 o'clock. Sparkles.
I know how to do Wix, so if you ever want to connect, Foxy,
You were going to be my
Let me know.
connection that I gave her.
I didn't know that's what you did. You do web design?
I did do web design and now I'm kind of pivoting, but would be happy to collaborate with you if that is something you desire.
Yeah, awesome. I'll put my website in the chat and you can check it out. And then let's set up a time to chat.
Okay.
Hey. Awesome. Okay. Well, everyone have an amazing day. So excited for this.